Hello there everyone, and welcome back to more Total Warhammer multiplayer. I am ready to do some more with the Tomb Kings, and I don't really have a good idea on how I should focus this faction yet. But the one thing I really do like is I actually do like the Sepulchral Stalkers quite a bit. They are more of a defensive type unit, I would argue, just because of their lower speed, and the fact of course that they're a polearm or spear unit. Anti-large unit, I suppose, is the accurate term, and so they suit me better as a defensive type of unit, which means I'm going to try and utilize a little more range for when I eventually jump into the Tomb Kings again, and more importantly, I want to play with the Ushapti, the Great Bows as it were, since they can be really good against what I might be lacking in with this type of army, since if I have them focusing on anything that's heavily armored like Black Orcs, maybe some monstrous creatures, they could do some serious work. And the Sepulchral Stalkers, of course, are going to be useful against cavalry, especially since they're going to be hitting for all that time, which I'm kind of looking forward to playing around with. Sure, if my opponent's really good at micromanaging, their effect might be heavily limited, but that's going to be more of an anomaly than not, if we're going to be face off against someone with that kind of micromanagement. And even then, that's still a fun little game, since I should still, in theory, have ranged attacks to just pepper them down, even if they were to constantly avoid right into my stalkers head on. I could still shoot them, which makes these guys worth their weight. I just gotta make sure to shoot at something that actually will give them their money back is a bit of the catch, which will come down a lot to the matchup and just learning the nuances of this army, as I don't really have much of a buffer, I will be honest. The Tomb Scorpions could be good in that. They are Vanguard deployment, right? They can basically strike from anywhere. That's the only thing I don't like about this, is I don't really have much of a buffer. I realistically should have some Tomb Kick Guards in here to help on the front, but my money doesn't really allow for that unless I want to cut out the Tomb Scorpions, but I don't think I want to do that. Not yet. But it is still a work in progress. It's probably going to be a very long work in progress, with that said, as I don't know the slightest idea how I want to focus with them just yet, let alone know their strengths. And immediately we jump into 2v2. With that said, what map? Big massive station opening here. Normally, people like taking ranged. I like the idea of starting off with Bretonnians there. Get a little more aggressive and maybe neglect the range if I can help it. If possible. Although I probably should save this with only having the 4 anti-large armor-piercing type of knights, as I don't really keep the Knights of the Realm anymore, the Knights Errants. A lot of that might have to do with how much micromanagement is involved. Actually, with that said, can I... Where? Oh, Knights of the Realm. You're the ones I was looking for. Dread Corsairs. So we're going to be dealing with... We're going to have range. That's the only thing... Only thing I'm a little reluctant in, but I could play pretty defensive as well. And the cavalries can just shock and awe and break everything. And what do we have? Orcs and Wood Elves. That's going to be an odd mix. I think what I first do, since we have undead, just upgrade these guys to shields. Which I think they have silver shields, which can be pretty useful. Yeah, they have silver shields. That'll help against any kind of Wood Elf range quite a bit. Although, my archer is probably not going to be nearly as effective, but I think 3 range units could be good to complement the Dread Corsairs some. And then I just use the cavalry to try and run over everything if I can. With Leon, doing more of the same, buffing the front line, and just doing damage. Queen Bass, no surprise there. At least I get to see the prices of these units, which is kind of useful. But we still have some time to figure this out. Maybe I don't want to commit too heavily on the cavalry. I need more buffer units, I suppose. But either way, I just want the archers to stick with their army And then I'll have the men-at-arms just provide morale, and I honestly wonder if the Reliquae will actually buff their units. It affects allies in range, which I'm assuming works with them. And then otherwise, my mobile units are going to be the Knights, Leon, when afforded, and any other tweaks I want to do. I almost want to cut out this Knights of the Realm and just go with this 3-man cavalry squad, especially with the Encourage to help with that some. And then, what else? I have fire weaponry. Magical attacks can be really good. I do need some with magical attacks. I'm worried about their cursed thing, whatever the heck that Regiment of Renown is called. The Lost Cavalry, Lost Sylvan Knights, although I don't think they're going to be strong enough, if I'm honest. I would love the Green Knight. I don't think I can fit him in here. Oh, who am I kidding? I have Grail Knights. They're magical. They can actually take on the Sylvan Knights pretty well. In theory, they should. I was overthinking this a tiny bit. Oh. I should actually be okay. It's just a question if I have too many cavalry for what the match might dictate. As I'm going to be trying to protect my ally with their range weaponry. Leon and the Reliquae is going to buffer our front line to give it more longevity, ideally, and then the cavalry just mess up and deal with anything that might be vulnerable. I'm going to have 2 squads to do that, which could be convenient if I'm good about my control, but this is the first match of the day. Oh, and I forgot to consider this was a marshy map, which actually is pretty good for me, since I'm going to be playing mostly defensive anyway. My cavalry will be the ones that are unhindered here. Any infantry units they might have are going to be hard-pressed to chase after them. And I'm just going to move these guys out of the way for now. And we'll see what we could do here.
Knights of the Ring! For the lady! Battle ready!
Oh, let me change my hotkeys. I forgot about that. I basically try and have a custom profile to allow my left and right mouse buttons to actually work as setting up control groups, and that's not working here. There we go. I was worried it didn't work at first, but that's basically what I was doing. I apologize for alt-tabbing out. I really do dislike the idea of just having my units with his, but it's not like I'm going to be very effective otherwise, if I'm honest.
Ready for orders.
With all this marshland. And I do need to be mindful of flank infiltrating units. Why are you having a hard time deploying? That was really odd. I don't know why I was having difficulty there. Weird. Something with the terrain that I'm not privy to. I don't know what it is, but I have 1 magical squad to help deal with the Sylvan Knights, which should be pretty good. I don't even know if my magical regrowth spell will actually help in healing my ally, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, these trees are really weird. I don't know what to make of that. Either way, so swordsmen are in place, archers are in place. Who am I missing? Just Leon. Luan. Now we just gotta keep a sharp eye out on
I serve the
where
lady.
the units are hiding. Since more than likely there might be a bunch of units hidden in these trees, which can be a problem. Which in all honesty, I think I want to hang back here just to give me a little more breathing room. Where's my other... I'm missing a horseman somewhere. Okay, there you are. I saw something seemed odd when I was laying the formations. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what happens over on the left or the right there. That's most likely where the wood elves will be hiding, and I want to take that seriously. Actually, yeah, just ignore the possibility of immediately getting shot at. As these guys are probably just going to respond to any wood elves in the flank.
As you say. Knights of the Ring. Hastily.
Dryads. Okay, so there's a bunch of wood elves there. There's the Wild Riders. I'm wondering if there's Sylvan Knights hiding somewhere or not.
Champion of the lady. I am king here. Run, man! Hurry! At once!
Alright, Luan, you go smash some stuff up. What are these? These are just regular infantry. And I do have fire arrows to kind of pummel things with.
Knights of the Ring! Come on, lads! Cut them down! Right, Tonia! For Britonia! Damsel! At speed!
Now I do need to keep an eye on healing. Oh, that was the wrong group, dang it.
Take the ground!
And there's some knights over there to be mindful of. And of course, no one's surprised, a nice little flank in the back.
At speed! With haste! King of Britonia!
I probably didn't need to do all those buffs, but that'll correct itself momentarily.
For Britonia! Peasant bowman! What order? Testily! With haste! Shoot the foe!
They are engaging me, that's all,
Take the ground!
with a lot of cavalry, but I don't know what the heck is with this movement.
Moving a base! Haste!
And I don't know their movement compared to mine. Yeah, they're faster than me.
Knights of the Round!
So if I could just stall them, that might be pretty good.
In the light of the lady! For the king! Your behest!
Yeah, break these guys.
Peasant bowman!
Just survive. That's all I care about with these guys. Since they're overcommitting, I want to believe... I don't know how true that actually is, if I'm completely honest, though. And this is a goon squad. Let's not get carried away. It's very much a goon squad.
Now! You require magic? We serve our lead! Clear out! Knights of the Ring!
Yeah, these monsters creatures aren't doing anything. They're treekin, but I don't have fire damage, do I? Just magical.
King Luan Leocar! Put in!
You guys get on out, fire arrows on their lord. And where's my reliquary, or relique?
Now! For the king! Quickly now! Cleanse our land!
Now, is there any way I could deal with all these archers that are conveniently stacked up on each other?
Peasant bowmen! To war! Knights of the Ring!
And I do have anti-large, which should, in theory, be good against the treekin.
To my banner! The lady wills it! Moving a base! With haste!
I have physical defense, That only gives me melee defense, which isn't all that exciting, but
Very well. Swiftly.
my damsel is out of the fight.
Leg it. At once. Advance. What? For the king. Persian bowmen. Kill them all.
Alright, get these guys over here to support. Since these guys aren't really doing a lot of damage to Luan, but that might likely change pretty quickly.
Fight them.
Can we hurt these treekin? They are fireborn or firebase. I'm just wanting to engage these because I have a freaking anti-large. I just probably should have done a flank around.
Brave knights.
Yeah, my damsel's completely gone.
Hold through. Withdraw. What orders? Righteous fury.
I don't know how well we're doing at the moment because my cavalry is threatening to break a little bit.
We serve the
With only Luan that's really unscathed mostly, even though he's been seemingly taking a lot of the flak. Apparently fighting these treekin, even though I'm anti-large, is not doing me much good. Although with perfect figure and all that, I should hopefully be okay.
with all haste. I shall prevail.
Wurzag, I like to take you out.
Swiftly.
What are my cavalry looking like? They're completely shattered.
At once.
Let's break the boar, boys. Oh, those are swordsmen. I thought those were my archers at first.
For the lady. The
Let's
lady
get them in there and
Run up, bro.
see if we can burn the dryads a bit.
It shall be. On to glory.
I'm gonna go with assumption this is probably not gonna go well unless I can kill Wurzag now, which I'm getting snared. I can't do that, sadly.
Cleanse our land.
I am well buffered though. At the very least. Yeah, we're just killing the Spire Riders right now.
Ready for battle. King Luan Leoker. Apace. Now.
Alright, I think I overstayed my welcome, but I'm still regenerating.
Riding out. Doing your bidding. Shields. Aye. Have at him. Post haste. Lances ready.
Now I just gotta figure out how to deal with these friggin' archers. Because trying to deal with the treekin was kind of pointless, I'm gonna assume. It at least feels pointless.
With all haste. Advance. Apace. Swiftly. Quickly now. The lady protects me. I honor my vow. Advance.
Can we screw over these archers? Because they're about to potentially break. They're shattered. And I don't really have the health for these poor guys yet.
This is my realm.
It looks like they're about to die in a moment, but
The lion.
keep them from fighting, keep them from doing damage, and if possible. Yeah, just get these cavalry in here too.
King Luan.
We can break all these archers if I do this right.
Take the ground.
And that will force their units to come fight me. If I do this right.
The lady.
And you have perfect figure, you should be fine.
King Luan Leoker. The lady wills it. Britonians, attack.
I can't stop all the archers, but if I can stop a handful of them, that's good.
Slay them. Infantry. Champion of the lady.
Now just break all of them. Can we just scare them all off? Because I still have units with relatively good health. My relique is about to die,
Persian bowman! Have at her!
but some friendly fire, or fire arrows, should help in that regard. And what kind of lord do we have? Just Spellweaver, just a healer. And sadly, my Grail Knights are about to get knocked off the field. But I will take it for scaring off all these knights, or archers.
For the king! Immediately!
I think that'll be good for taking out all those archers. I probably should have just done it sooner, is the only caveat.
Fighters! Quick!
Alright, they're gone. We can scare them off, hopefully.
For the lady! King Luan Leoncoeur!
Oh, and I have convenient swordsmen here. I don't know why they're there, but they're there.
Awaiting orders!
Now I just gotta get everyone together in time to clean up the mess. Okay, they're completely shattered. Perfect.
Ready for battle! The lady wills it!
That is convenient.
Post haste!
We're not out of the woods yet, though, but
Post haste!
I would love to do something about these treekins.
Lances ready! Right to glory! On to glory! King Luan Leoncoeur!
Just mess up these archers right the hell now.
Rise indeed! With speed! Apace! Post haste!
Because they're shooting at me, and that's fine.
Swiftly! This is my realm!
And they're no longer skirmishing,
Of the realm! At once!
which hopefully means we can time up a bit more.
I am
Hopefully.
ready. Very well!
Come on, run.
Be. Knights of the realm! Break them! Shield!
Everything is breaking. No!
To my banner! Smite them! King Luan Leoncoeur! We obey!
Get in there, harass their archers, and, if possible, just deal with their cavalry really quickly.
The lady protects me!
I don't know if I could do enough damage, because one of my knights just broke. They're completely shattered. Alright, their knights are breaking.
Riding out!
And I really want to go after that knight.
Yes! By the lady! With all haste! The lady and my right! Awaiting orders! Réel knight!
Well, that may have been a mistake, because you're about to die.
Glory to Britannia! Post haste!
Keep the relic alive, because that morale boost is going to be important. Still anybody's game.
Battle ready! King Luan Leoncoeur!
Just keep scaring off their units, as they're almost out of ammo.
The lady's chosen! Now! the
I need to
lady
get back,
is led.
get them to rally,
Lances ready!
as these Grail Knights are important to me.
Quickly now!
I just wish it was easier to just tell them to attack these guys. Yeah, they're trying to kill the relic right now.
King Luan Leoncoeur! For my liege! Heroes of Britannia!
Yeah, now rush them and murder them.
King Luan Leoncoeur!
Because Lewin is basically at full health. And with this constant regeneration, he's going to stay at full health.
Hold true!
I just need to murder these elves. Although I don't think I need to murder the elves, I just need to murder the cavalry. The elves are out of ammo.
For glory! To my banner!
And their magical attack. Yeah, they're magical, so that defense resistance does... Oh, I do have magic resistance. Which is convenient.
For the lady! Take the ground!
And with my health, I should be good, especially with my fellow vampire admiral also having relatively good health. I don't know how much of that is due to regeneration, to be fair, but I don't care.
By the lady!
I just gotta make sure I prioritize the right targets. Where are you guys at the moment?
What do you bid?
Alright, I had 2 cavalry units all this time and I was not privy to it.
This is my realm.
Yeah, go after these cavalry. Luan is gonna murder you. Actually, I should just murder these cavalry that are right in front of me. This is looking over. It's just a shame I had to let my damsel die off. That's the big negative.
Wise indeed. Get out of here! Show us the foe!
The relique is gone, but not Luan.
King Luan! I shall prevail!
Although these guys only have 200 health left, but their guys are about to die too, or be out of the fight. And this is victory.
Riding out!
A Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. Way to go, Luan. He didn't need no life damsel. Although again, I should not have left my damsel get wrecked or demolished like she did, as that healing could have been amazing for my Grail Knights. But it worked out really well. Luan did not pay for himself, surprisingly, even though he probably was what was going to cause a victory in that match. One of the men-at-arms paid for himself, surprisingly. Relique did nothing, no surprise, that's kind of what reliques do. 15,600. Respectable damage, so I'm wondering where... It seems like I did underwhelming amounts of damage, if I were honest. What did all the damage? I don't know how... Well, one of them did good work. I just don't know how much they cost. Queen Bess didn't do a whole lot. I think she was 1,500 if I recall. I'm wondering, how did we win there? It seems like I didn't do nearly as much damage as I probably should have. Only 2 of my knights basically paid for themselves almost. Well, to be fair, both the Grail Knights kind of paid for themselves at 1,400. Maybe I'm wrong. It was the Knights of the Realm that paid for himself immensely. Somehow. But it was a good start. But it wasn't the 1v1 I was expecting to lose in. We need to correct this. Now. Oh, this looks like the same group as before. Now, how do we mix this up? I'm okay with going to a range-based faction this time. This might be an opportunity to play with the Tomb Kings, perhaps? I just don't know about this layout. If I'm completely honest, this map needs work. As I'm probably not going to remember any of these maps, with that said. And I can't remember if Resine was the one I just teamed up with, too. Either way, I got protection from cavalry in theory, if I position them right. The great bows can be good against armored units, which probably means they're good against the cavalry and, of course, the lizardmen. I just don't have really much of a buffer. Let me switch out one of these and get a Tomb Guard in. That still leaves me with a little bit of money. You have the Chariot, I believe. Okay, this is a constant buff I would like to somehow get. And I don't need the poison, do I? You do have missile resistance, but I think I don't care about the poison as a way to downgrade. At least that helps buffer my front line a bit. Okay, so maybe I changed my tactics some. As it looks like my opponent's being aggressive. Let's switch to high elves then. Get a little more aggressive though. Get Seaguard. Get the Fireborn, which could be used. Well, there's no Ethereal to worry about, so maybe I don't need the Fireborn. We'll see what my army looks like. Sisters of Avalon can be pretty good with the armor piercing. Oh wait, you're the magical ones. I don't need you. Now, I think this is decent. I have armor piercing for the dwarves. I don't have any high mobility is a bit of the problem. Only thing I don't like here. If I downgrade the Fireborn, that's 400 cash. What do I use that 400 for? Could downgrade to an eagle. Although that doesn't friggin' help me. Because of how this works. It's annoying. And for some reason that's reset it. I'm not sure why that reset. They're all aggression all the time. Yeah, I'll keep the archers. They're going to be useful for any large units that the Empire could be bringing. I'm just more mindful of how do I deal with the dwarves is really where my composition is coming from. But I have dragon princes. I have the archers to deal with the Empire. Sisters will be useful at breaching. Maybe some of... Oh, it's magical attacks. Maybe that was a mistake. I was looking more at the armor piercing and not the magical attack. That was probably a mistake. At least a mistake in terms of using them against the dwarves to try do damage. At least have a way to concentrate my damage on a single unit. Yeah, well, we'll see if we can make the sisters work, as I haven't really used them very much anyway to know how to get the most value out of them. Since without a doubt, I don't really want to use them to fight simple frontline units if I can help it. The more to shoot at monstrous creatures, cavalry, and things that are more likely to rush them down, which could be a bit problematic for the poor sisters. That's what I need to figure out. How to keep them alive while shooting at the things that are most likely going to try and run them down. Alright, I recognize this map. It was just kind of hard to notice it from the overview. It leaves a lot to the imagination to try and figure out the map layout. Otherwise, I believe these are the exact same peoples I played with last time. There's our army. And my opponent's trying to play a little more aggressive. I would have liked a griffin or something fast for my prince though. At least that way I can avoid getting shot down out of the sky. As I don't think my prince is going to be able to get in there very easily, let alone safely.
Spearmen!
I want the spearmen actually on the flank, because you never know when large creatures might show themselves. And they would be good for covering that flank.
White lions!
White lions? I'm really wanting to fight the dwarves, otherwise I may not have the best army for dealing with Empire. But I have a lot of armor piercing for the dwarves if I can pull it off.
It will be done.
Orders.
Huh. Oh, I was wondering where the heck my other archers
Orders
were.
received.
Blood for the blood god.
My power is yours.
Oh yes, it's almost that. It's basically that time again, isn't it?
Loyal.
Blood for the blood god, indeed. And pretty soon we will get to play with Khorne in Total Warhammer. It's gonna be kind of nice. Now it's just again honest question of what to do with my prince, which means I'm probably just gonna keep him hanging back for the time being until I know he's safe.
We will obey. Fireball.
Let's try not to commit suicide. Just have the prince deal with any flanking or shenaniganry, especially if they go after my sisters. Which,
Awaiting orders.
yeah, you're in the wrong spot.
Archers.
Although, actually, that's not too bad considering you're technically in the middle of our two armies, sort of. Although, I guess it truly is Blood for the Blood God Day, because I'm working with Chaos, of all people. Maybe I should have played Dark Elves. To kind of celebrate this occasion properly. No surprise, siege weaponry.
Prince of Ulfwan.
And let's see if I can flank these cans over here.
At your command.
Now, I do have missile resistance, right? I just don't know if that actually helps with cannons or siege weaponry.
Fireball.
Ideally, I would love to try and hit this can here, but that's just going to open up focus fire.
Understood. By Alariel. For the Ever Queen. Onward.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take the brunt of this damage is what it's looking like. Just look how little my ally has to deal with versus what I have to fight. Is this a fair deal? Is this a fair trade? I think not.
Without fail.
Even if I get completely stomped, if we win this match, it's all my doing.
Just to
I will deal with Outriders. They do have armor piercing, let's not get complacent. And I'm hoping the trees will help protect me some. Because they could get wedged in a corner, and I do need to watch these demigryphs in the Lord.
Guardian guides us.
For duty. Attack! Ancestors! Asurian wills it. White lions.
Lakoi. Here. Ancestors.
Shoot the cannon, because they're doing a stupid.
Fireball. Move.
And hopefully I can keep
Orders.
my Dragon Princes alive, because sadly these guys are getting trounced, but they're armor piercing, they should be okay.
Archers.
And just tie these guys up.
Spearmen.
They are expensive, but if we could break their line here, it'll be good. Because the cans are broken, that's fine.
As you say.
This can is broken. That was more of a miscontrol than anything else.
Archers.
Yeah, two of their cans just walked on up. I don't know if I should be bragging anymore now. Because the longer those Fireborn are alive, the better for me, in all honesty. I don't care if they're
Fireball.
being rear attacked all the time. I just have no way to heal them. I can't double heal. Okay, now I could double heal, because this will heal all my allies too. Or overcast is what I mean when I say double heal. Ah, dang it. They broke. I was hoping they could at least live a little bit longer.
Noble Prince. I never tire.
Go after the halberds,
Lawmaster of Hoenn.
break their line, and murder everything.
Ever loyal.
Because my prince is relatively intact.
Elfry.
And these guys have not... Oh, they did rally, and then they broke again, sadly. Unfortunate, but
Orders.
Lawmaster of Hoenn.
I just gotta be careful not to be too grouped up, which means this rocket hellfire battery needs to die.
As you say, for duty.
And Thunders I do not like, but I can take some hits at least.
Forward! Lakoi! Death to all!
Yeah, and Outriders. Yeah, they're just Outriders. They're armor piercing.
Draw back.
Don't know if they're too scary, but I need to get to you.
Asur!
Break the Hell Rockets and we should be okay.
Swordmaster of
I just
Hoenn.
need more units to join me up here.
Prince of Ulthuan! Make Ulthuan proud! Following
Although I am against Spearmen. Oh, they're almost out of ammo anyway, god damn it. They almost got their money's worth out of this cursed thing.
moving out! Right away!
So let's just go after these cannoneers in that case and hope I did enough damage.
Understood. Quickly now! Sail!
And with that said, where are my sisters? Oh, they focused down the sisters, that's why with their artillery. Yeah, let's shoot the Lord.
At once!
Because I think I know where Carl France is going. Take a wild guess. It rhymes with the Fireborn Dragon Princes. Or at least it... Well, it's not. It doesn't really rhyme. It's the exact same word, damn it. Okay, Foe Seeker's about to activate, and hopefully
Your will!
my sister's Avalon can avoid them. Okay, I have more speed than him, then I'm fine. Just
Slay
keep
them!
shooting Carl Franz.
For the Ever Queen!
Emperor guides me. The gods approve.
To battle!
Now, what's still useful to me?
Loyal. Without question.
Okay, they broke. They have one shot left, but I think they still paid for themselves with almost their entire ammo spent. They're broken. Let's just help break these guys in this chaos. I don't like the Jade Wizard.
At once!
I know exactly what you're going to be trying to do, you cheeky bugger. Now let's heal everyone. Okay, you're broken. Perfect. Keep shooting at the Carl Franz. Let's get some money's worth out of these Sisters of Avalon.
Asur Prince! Archers! For order!
And actually, let's support
Asur!
our warriors on the front line. Because all I really care about is this guy breaking. Although we need to give him one good hit first.
Asur Lawmaster.
And where are you guys? Sigmar's son.
Lawmaster of Hoenn. Nothing Lecky.
Orders understood!
Kill the Jade Wizard and we're good. I don't care about everything else.
Advance!
Because hopefully your speed and everything will get you out of here. Although I am doing a terrible job using my flame breath, aren't I?
Move. I
Which,
never tire.
we gotta go to target of opportunity for that.
Moving out!
I don't know if I want to try it against a moving target, because yeah, I can't aim at I can't just aim on the ground, sadly.
For the Ever Queen!
This is probably a terrible idea. Unless I break them quickly, because they're not skirmishing.
Draw back.
Right away!
Okay, they broken, that's useful.
Proud to serve.
My power
Yeah,
is
Carl Franz is gonna kill me right now.
Saint Louis Sinner.
Back!
And Sigmar's sons are unbreakable, are they?
Without fail! Going!
Can I encourage him? I don't think I can, sadly.
for order.
Command me.
And I don't have the mana to heal either, alas. Warriors are rallying. Which ones are these?
Speak quickly.
We are winning at least. They are almost completely broken.
Attack.
That was probably my biggest mistake right there. Just letting my prince just dive in there like that and not paying attention to Carl Franz.
Hold it! Sithon Seal Cadet! Moving on!
Yes.
Alright, sisters, you know what to do.
Calling the wind.
How many shots you have left? Sadly, you did not pay for yourself, is what that's telling me. But with no heals, this should hurt a lot on Carl. Especially when his support's about to join me. I think we're at the point where this is decided. We just gotta show Karl Franz the door now.
The greater good!
Yeah, sadly.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, nearly 500 gold. Doesn't seem like you paid for yourselves the best, sadly.
Seeking the foe.
Defending order!
Turn off skirmisher mode.
Accept. Maintaining order.
Giran protects me. At once! Draw back! On ahead! I understand.
Yeah, this is pretty much done. Everything's basically routed now. Or so close to being routed that they're gonna get routed by their teammates when they run.
Yen Louis!
Yay! I'm taking Well, I don't know. Should I brag about that? Our opponents decide to send 2 siege weapons up to the front line. I don't think I want to brag, sadly. Dragon Prince did well. Sadly, again, my sisters did not do much. I had them try and focus on Karl Franz, but he was basically dodging a lot of those missiles. And of course, Dragon Princess didn't do anything, but they bought time, which I think was worth it. And Swordmasters did well. The White Lions, aside for the one that got nuked by artillery, did pretty well too. And I can't remember the price of the Lore Master. Everything was decent, but my sisters and of course the Fireborn. I'm just wondering, this is part of the problem I'm having with the Sisters of Avalon. How do I get value out of them? I argued I was not a good match for them. Sure, they may have intimidated Karl Franz quite a bit. I don't know what else I had them shoot at though. But I would argue they were the wrong choice. Yeah, sure, they're decent melee combatants, but I don't really want them to fight melee. If I'm completely honest, they don't really have the armor piercing to deal with Karl Franz. That's the only thing I'm unsure about. But at least playing a little more aggressive, considering my ally was Chaos, was definitely the right choice. And all my frontline units did pay for themselves. Thankfully. The Dwarven Warriors and their swordsmen were no match for the armor-piercing potential I had to bring. I just can't remember. Well, were those guys actually anti-infantry as well? I never did check that. Yeah, Swordmasters were anti-infantry. It didn't matter if they had armor or not, they were still getting wrecked. And it was the White Lions that don't really care if they're infantry or not. Only if they have armor. Which means ideally I want them to attack the dwarves if I can have that foresight. The bit of the problem is, when I saw those axe icons to represent the dwarf warriors, I saw them like they were like peasants or marauders and not actually as dwarf warriors. Which is something I'm going to have to learn. Or maybe turn the banners back on, that could help too, but I want to try and reduce the clutter a bit with how tricky it can be to target units. And in all honesty, I want to give it another minute or so. At least that way I can maybe get a different opponent. Which, the fact that I didn't queue immediately, well, never mind, hold that thought. Are we getting the same group of people? Nope, it's a 1v1. On an open plains of sorts. Which means mobility should be king. Which makes me want to play Bretonnian, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like this map was made for Bretonnians, if it's as I'm thinking. Anything with high mobility anyway. What is this? Oh, this is just Crossroads. Which probably means this was the map when I did the 1v1 duel with Gladiator before, wasn't it? Now let's get these guys some shields, because silver shields are going to be handy. Oh, they're upgrading to Chaos. And I can get Knights of the Realm, stick with the Tried and True, although I really do need to break this habit and try out different lores. Although, I do have a good understanding of the Beast lore, because I played with Tenhinuin a little bit way back when. Life, I already know. Heavens, I already know. There's not really a lot of choices for different type of spell lore with Bretonnians, though. And I have 110 gold. What do I get? Magical resistance. I don't think I need that. Magic missile could be helpful. We are talking about chaos after all. Actually, I would like some great swords. How do I get them in quickly? There, that's one way to do it. I'm sacrificing my peasants in case they have marauders, but hopefully this is okay. I like the foot squires to help deal with any of their warriors, at least do noteworthy damage to them. They should never win against the Chaos Warriors, but at the very least they can do damage to them and tie them up relatively well. I just feel like there's something missing with this composition. I feel like I should be able to afford a 4th cavalry squad somehow. Which probably means I'm just going to do a 3-man hit squad. Just hammer, anvil, and cripple anything in the back. I just gotta control that well so they're not all hitting the exact same squad unless I'm immediately going to disengage. And hoping to do like massive damage. Now, what am I worried about? I don't even think I needed silver shields now that I think of it. I got silver shields because of dang Empire, and then they switched to Chaos. That could have been one good way for me to save some money. Sadly. I just didn't think of it until after the fact. As I would like one more cavalry squad, if I were so honest.
What orders?
Otherwise, poison use are going to be helpful, weaken their front line, or at least buy me more time, which is really all these swordsmen, men-at-arms are supposed to do. Just buy me some time.
Ready for battle?
Actually, I want these guys in the middle, as they're more likely to fight Chaos Warriors or Chaos Chosen. And I don't want them to engage any... what is it? Any cavalry if I can help it.
We fight for Bretonnia.
Really?
Ready.
It's still a question if I need 2 of these cursed things, because that radius is not very impressive, is it? I really do need to pay attention if they are getting like a diminishing return buff on that, kind of like with Encourage.
I see much.
And you just heal my knights ideally, and hopefully we don't get you killed. Only thing I'm missing is no fire damage MI for trolls. That's another thing that I did not consider. Trolls could be a pain in the ass here if they have a good number of them. I'm just wondering, how do I deal with that? Hell Cannon, Shadow Lore, Chaos Lord, and only 1 troll, but Is this a goon squad? I'm only seeing 2 flyers. Oh, I did not group my units. Which is fine, I can fix this.
I shall prevail.
Ah, you missed. If they shoot the Lord, that's fine, but I need to figure out how to engage. And remember, I have perfect figure, I can just dance around them all day.
As you say. Full tilt.
Can we dodge this camp pretty well? Because I did get hit by that a bit, but I can always heal. The point is to try and minimize the value of their cannon. And I gotta watch. Well, if I engage this Lord, that's probably a mistake, honestly, but
At once.
I serve the lady. Hurry!
let's,
Knights of
I'm just watching this carefully for... Who knows? Yep, they're trying to gang up on me a bit. Chaos Knights, but they are not anti-large.
King Luan Leoker, with all haste. Wise indeed.
On to glory. Hastily. Shields. Aye.
The lady wills it.
Alright, get the great swords in there. Get on the cannon, because why not?
Knights of the
Can we just disengage? That wasn't really as much damage as I would have liked, sadly.
Priestess of the lady.
Yes. Lances ready.
Actually, oh, the Hellcan's just dying. It's just straight up dying right now. I'm not worried about that. I just need to do something
for honor.
about
Get out
them.
of here! For the king! King Luan Leoker!
Damsel!
King Luan! This is my will!
Yeah, I'm getting nuked down. Let's be mindful of that.
Knights of the lady!
These knights should die pretty quickly, I'm hoping.
To my banner!
At speed.
Priestess of the lady!
Post haste!
Just kill this friggin' Hellcannon, ideally.
For my lady!
While everyone disengages and we backstab these guys.
Quickly, lads.
Quickly now! Very well!
Priestess of the lady!
Yeah, they're still, these Chaos Warriors are still being a pain right now. Halberds are surviving.
Bretonia.
I just need units to break right now.
Lady and my right!
And right now they're not breaking.
With haste! A base!
King Luan Leoker!
Because I got you surrounded everything. Oh, they're Chaos Warriors. That explains a little bit. I keep assuming these guys are more fragile than they actually are.
Quickly! Her will be done!
God help us!
My lady, grant me your sight!
And what are you? You're just marauders, okay.
With haste. Withdraw.
If we can keep them alive, maybe I can heal them, but
The lady!
As you say.
By the lady!
let's try and break these guys quickly, especially if I can get that sorcerer. Because Hellcannon's not doing much. I would love to go after a Hellcannon, but I need to group up my units quickly.
Champion of the lady! The lady's chosen!
Grail Knight.
Can we backstab these guys? That would be nice, but I don't quite have the mana.
By the lady!
Swiftly!
And Luan is regenerating, but these trolls again are gonna be a pain in my ass, and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with them. I don't have fire damage to kind of make this difficult for him.
The lady wills it! Quick march!
On the plus side, they stopped engaging because the sorcerer flew up.
For Bretonnia! King Luan Leotar!
Alright, that debuff's gonna be good there.
Bretonnia!
Should have waited till my knights got in there. That was a bit of a mistake.
At once!
Oh, that's a ward save, okay. For some reason I thought that was a magic missile.
Firepower!
King Luan Leotar!
Yeah, fight the hell cannon for me.
Bretonnia!
They're actually starting to break, but these trolls is still gonna be my nightmare if I can't manage them. Thankfully, cavalry should be able to do with that.
Sorceress!
And I have enough mana for one more. And another. Okay, perfect. Heal everyone.
Come unto me!
You're shattered, you're shattered. Hell cannon is killing my units. It wasn't really doing anything, to be fair.
Orders!
I was kind of alright to just let it sit there and do absolutely nothing. But that I was worried there for a bit. Because again, the icons, it's almost it's impossible to distinguish Chaos Marauders with Chaos Warriors because that icon's the exact same. And even then, I didn't take the halberds as seriously as I thought, but I like to think I made a good judgment call on the Chaos Knights since they're not anti-large like my units are. I just did a terrible job dealing with the Warhounds, sadly. And the Helican still paid for itself, didn't it? How expensive were the knights? It feels like that was taking forever to kill those cursed things. Even with my anti-large. Yeah, it was Grail Knights that was engage them. I had magical attacks. Hellcan didn't quite pay for itself. The Hound certainly did, but... Alright, so they're the same price as my units. They just don't have anti-large. Although my main strength, of course, was my charge bonus, which I probably should... Could I even disengage? Was that possible? 66 versus... 75. I could, in theory, disengage there if I was really worried about my charge bonus. But it was looking tense there. I don't know if anything else was shooting at them in that time, but if it wasn't for the heals, I fear my Grail Knights would have lost. Although they were kind of going in there crippled anyway because of the dang Hell Cannon, let's be fair. I was kind of fighting uphill until I got the Damsel to kind of equal the score, if I had to guess. Otherwise, that wasn't too bad. It's just I just didn't read the map the best. And I definitely kind of did not pay attention to the Warhound as I was intending to. Mainly because I had no cheap interception units, if I'm honest. What is this map? Hills, a little bit of trees. I'm gonna go Lizardman for this one. There's not many trees, but do I go how monstrous do I go? I'm just trying to figure out what I throw in. I don't think I want flyers. I don't think I want pterodons, rather. Ion can't be great at breaking through their skeleton frontline relatively quickly. But I don't... Now, I lost my train of thought, dang it, because that's really hard to even notice so much chatting. otherwise. I'm just thinking my sources are a bit overkill if they're sending just zombies and skeletons at my front line. Which is where the ion can, I want the ion cannon to come in, as that will help kill off the skeletons faster, so maybe the sources can get on something more valuable. But again, I fear this might still be overkill. I don't even need shields. Let's downgrade. Cut out one of these guys and I can get two spear cohorts, which can be useful. I think this is decent. Still feel like 3 sources is overkill though. I can't help but feel that, consider we're only fighting skeletons and zombies. If they can kill them quickly, that's a different story. And then they can get at everything else, and potentially we can overwhelm any monstrous creatures they may have. Interesting layout. I have skinks to be annoying. 2 skinks, but I just want them to harass any flyers. Ideally. I don't care for too much else until they can get at something valuable. Get everything back, give us some more room to plan. Cohorts on the flank, you're just gonna poison and debilitate stuff. Ideally, the flyers are monstrous creatures. And hopefully, the red-crested skinks, well, even though they're kind of... maybe the red-crested skinks are not valuable here. I was thinking of something that might be cheaper to serve as a front line. Since again, I feel like the sources are overkill, and dang it, I got spears. It's not a terrible thing considering we might fight a lot of monstrous creatures. Since zombies and everything else should be easy. And the multiplayer's going well so far, they're glad. So far everything has been a win, but I only played a single 1v1 at the moment. Time will tell if I deserve those wins. Oh, wrong group, there we go. Now, what I just want this ion cannon to kill as much of the front line as possible so my sources can get at something more useful and maybe we could swarm them. Because in retrospect, these spears could be a good thing for me. I just wasn't intending them to be spears. I will be honest. We have flyers. Where's their lord, though? Do we have a goon squad to be mindful of? I don't even need... Just walk. Let's not even burn our stamina right now. And how fast are these things? 90. Yeah, they will run down my chameleon skinks pretty well. And I'm gonna want both them to be able... Oh. Blood Knights, okay. That's no surprise. They don't have any range. At the end of the day, they need to come to me. More often than not. They're gonna reveal my chameleon skinks in a moment. Oh. And what are these? Zombies and Graveguard. Graveguard actually worth having a red-crested skinks fight. Zombie, Graveguard, zombie, 2 Blood Knights. Where's... Okay, there's our lord. Hemrick. Oh, I think I know what this... I heard of this strategy before. Hemrick has this like 60% damage resistance buff going on. And I think he's going to try and use Hemrick to kind of tank the hits. Alright, Skinks, you know what to do. No skirmishing, just get to shooting. Oh, that was... I don't know how the heck that happened, but it did. Hopefully it's a good ion cannon shot regardless. I don't even need to fight their Graveguard for crying out loud. They're just making my job easy for me. I'm hoping that's the case, because my lord is getting focused down right now. Everything's getting beat up here, but I need my spearmen at the ready. Gonna lose my horned ones in a moment. But I do have an ion cannon help. Where's Hemrick? Gotta keep my Hemrick can regenerate. Can I just stall while I cripple everything over here, ideally? Because I think we scared one of their units off. I just honestly can't remember since I wasn't paying attention. What happened to the Manticore? Okay, they're just panicking. Okay, those were the units I was fighting. I thought they completely left the board. Horned ones are running. Hopefully they rally. 6 seconds for an ion cannon. I don't need to tell you how amazing this would be if I could aim it properly. Get the chameleon skinks to do some damage. I don't know what kind of damage they just did there, honestly. Get the spears in there. Red-crested skinks are good for everything else, and they're just going after my lord, which is fine. That just means I can hopefully run right by my units, and they'll have to fight some spears. They're doing some weird undead goon squad, if I had to guess. Spears are dealing with Krell, which I don't know if he's large. No, he's small. Now let's actually do some damage here, but I don't know what to actually aim at. All their lords and everything are at full health, for crying out loud. Alright, these guys are getting killed off. That's good, I'm hoping. I think we just killed Krell, I'm not sure. That's one of the downsides of not paying attention. And you're a Terrorgeist. Okay, so you have really good breath attack. Anti-large breath attack. He's rallying his units, that's fine. That just means we have an opportunity to murder things. I didn't realize my units were breaking there, but we have reinforcements coming in. Just get Cho'Gall to safety. While my spears hopefully hit some stuff. Skirmishers, get back in the fight. Oh, okay. If only I had knew that earlier, then maybe I wouldn't have wasted valuable time, but they're breaking. Buff the Lord. Get my spears in here, because the sooner I break these guys, the better. I don't need to fight zombies. Although chameleon skinks are being a little harassed. Oh, they're out of ammo too. Alright, meet up. Okay, everything's broke there, that's pretty good. Now let's kill this Terrorgeist before it flies. And the Stegodon can just tank for a bit. I have 2 spear sources. Was that my lord that just broke? No. I want to kill that I really want to kill that Terrorgeist, but I can't get away with it, sadly. And Heimdall is just still at full health. Himrick, rather. Get the cold-blooded going on my spearmen, because that's really important. And again, it's just a question, what do I aim my Fist of God on? Which is probably this, man, Terrorgeist. So close. So friggin' close. I almost murdered that cursed thing. And sadly, my skinks are in a good position to follow up. Can we kill Himrick? I've actually been using my friggin' Cube of Darkness for a change. I just have no idea if it's actually helping. Since I'm completely oblivious to what my opponent's mana is at currently. I just need one good hit on that Terrorgeist. That would be amazing, but my chameleon skinks are pretty much dead. Is it regenerating? Yeah, it's still regenerating, so I got it. But it is losing health because of its poor morale. Can we get a Heimrick here? When is Coldblood back up? Because my Stegodon should be perfectly fine. I just have no need for this defensive buff, do I? I do now. How fast is Heimrick? 66 to my 77, but I'm about to get more speed. Eat 'em! I think you missed, sadly. This is gonna be close still. Actually, I think my Stegodon could just murder him, Heimrick right now. I just gotta make sure I stop giving him easy targets. Okay, Terrorgeist is gone, but so is my lord in a moment. And their lord's also dead. Victory is almost mine. We just gotta somehow deal with a White King. And I completely forgot about these horned ones. Stegodon might win it for me there. Actually, I have buffs. I have everything, but... Oh, you're hitting units, okay. Ah, and he immediately broke just being close to enemies. That is unfortunate. I don't think I have the units now, with only a Stegodon. Yeah, they're just gonna show him the door, aren't they? There's not really much I could do. So let's just use this thing as a friggin' chariot, since I haven't really been doing a good job of that. And hopefully the sources rally, if only temporarily. And I don't think I'm going to get enough power to do anything noteworthy. 50 movement versus 33. It's going to be tricky to use you as a chariot. Oh, I have weapon. I can still shoot. Although sadly, these guys are not going to recover. Now just stampede through everything. I don't think it's helping because morale is sadly going down. And of course these things are going to keep fighting until they die. And I can't rely on that tactic very well. If I can get some distance, I could continue to run them over. What I wouldn't give to have an ion cannon still available, though. I'm taking some damage, but they are currently crumbling. Is it going to amount to anything? Who knows? But let's kill these stern guards some more. Actually, can I just keep fighting these things for a bit longer? Because they're already falling apart. And actually, I should keep the skink or cold blood available for if the white guard gets a hit on me, or the white. Oh, I messed up my attack there, sadly. That might cost me there. I think I accidentally made a move order instead of an attack order, but it's sadly with them crumbling, that's going to take way too long for them to die. I am still shooting them, though, with my arrows, or poison darts, which could be useful. There's probably no way I can win against the white very well. How much health are you actually losing? Basically 10 health a second, which isn't honestly helpful, if I were serious. Not for how tense and close this probably is. I still have 1300 health on this thing, even though it looks like he's incredibly fragile with that health bar. Source Warriors, oh my god, they're back. Ooh. Let's start taking bets how long they last. Because as soon as they get into melee, guess what they're going to do? Unless I burn my cold blood on them, which is only temporary. Terror didn't do anything there. Are they immune to psychology? They give fear, that's all I could tell you. And I still have 1,000 health. It just feels a lot more tense. Actually, outside of a lucky hit from this cursed White King, I don't really want to burn cold blood on these swords. I feel like I need it for my chieftain or my priest. I feel like I'm going to get no value out of the swords. Especially since the White King's not even on a mount. The spears aren't helpful. Yep. Color me surprised. The game decided that the White King had enough health to just win it right there, dang it. In all honesty, just keeping the source in the trees or something would have kept me alive a little bit longer. Since as soon as those swords shattered, that's probably what caused me to lose that match. Because of what? It dictates I had enough victory points. I didn't have enough victory points remaining. But yeah, it was close. If only I was able to do that with Krokgar. Since he could have regenerated his vigor, he would have got additional movement speed. He could have got so much more out of that. What is it? That hit and run maneuver. And I honestly didn't pay attention to how my ion cannon did. It didn't seem like it did a lot of damage to one of the Regiment of Renown when I used it, but conveniently, the spear swords weren't a terrible choice. I won't argue. I just could have handled that a little bit better, I guess. Since I left the horned ones to kind of fight their entire cavalry, I guess. Even with one source squad there, I don't think that helped a whole lot, sadly. So thank you for jinxing it there, Gladiator. You had to ask me how I was doing, and I had to mention I was winning all my matches. We knew something was about to turn for the worse there. Either way, I just wish there was a way I could have kept Krokgar alive. With the amount of health he had, it would have been just like the source, sadly. He'd just break as soon as he got near the enemy. Which means he wasn't going to do much damage, even with a superior speed and more striking potential. Otherwise, what do I want to do next? Maybe I'll try out the Tomb Kings next. Play around with that range setup. Since I honestly can't remember, did I use Tomb Kings for the 2v2 match or not? Or did I... Oh, I changed it because my ally went Chaos, that's why. Harrison, I can't remember where I saw you, or where you're from. But let's see, we got slopes, we got a little bit of trees. Now it's just a question of what army they're going to use. High Elves, which means they could go range like... They could go range as well. And I don't think I need 2 of Shop Teas, do I? They do have silver shields. And the fact that the Regiment of Renown has friggin' Shield Breaker leads me to think that all the elves' front lines are going to be able to take the hits really well. Although, can I even select the Regiment of Renown? No, not while it's grayed out. Yeah, that leads me to think that relying on the Shop Tea is not going to be a good idea, I won't argue. But I don't know how to do a good aggressive army either. Besides just having the 2 Scorpions just harass their backline if they do bring siege. Don't think I need 2 Skeleton Archers though. What else can I throw in there? The Stalkers are more to protect my bowmen. That's all I can really think of there, but It's still uncertainty if they're even going to play aggressively or not. Could bring chariots. Although chariots would I like the idea of the scorpions for being harassing them, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. Ooh, I could get a necrotech, although that's only because I got rid of the archers. But I think it's safe to say I'm playing aggressive with only 2 mobile, pseudo-mobile archers, great bows. Can I get one more Nekahara warriors somewhere? I think I can if I downgrade the stalkers. Don't know, I don't think these guys are going to work very well. But I think I'm going to try getting a little more in their face, I guess. And I have 67 gold, I can't get the chariot. What can I upgrade? I guess I'm upgrading Nekahara. Alright, let's see how this goes. If I'm going to be playing more aggressive, I do question having 2 stalkers, though. I should be trying to bring the Necropolis Knights instead. Only one way to find out. Oh, don't bug out on me. Don't break. There we go. I think I know what map this is. I think I've been on this map before. Although I think the hill might be a detriment for my great bows. At least if I were playing more defensive anyway. We'll still have to see what they're using. Well, this is a interesting start location. I don't think I'm deploying there. Okay, I have been on this map before, and until I'm on the high ground, I'm probably going to have an incredibly difficult time trying to hit them with the great bows. Warriors are set. Without a doubt, the scorpions are really... I'm really tempted to have the scorpions in the trees. Because I can't hide over here. Hiding in the trees sounds like fun, but it doesn't actually seem like it could deploy anywhere. Oh, that's why, because I was doing it wrong. As per the usual. Although, my scorpions are going to get revealed pretty quickly if they decide to try and go through the woods, because why wouldn't they try and put you through the woods? Actually, let's have one hide in the back, in case they are going more siege focus. At least then I could pincer whatever's in the trees, maybe. Now what else needs to be moved? Oh, he's already on his chariot. Never mind. I was wrong about that. Stalkers, you watch our flanks. And great bows, hopefully you can be effective. Let's see how we do. Okay, they got an arcane pigeon. We got a Lariel. They're all on foot. Lord Master and Noble. All on foot for some reason. I don't know how I feel about this. And of course, the pigeon's gonna regenerate its life if I'm not careful. Gonna make it a little tricky, but we can tie him up with archers, and I have really good... I have silver shields, let's keep that in mind. Okay, they're just goon squatting, are they? They're doing some weird pseudo goon squat anyway. I thought I had these guys moving more. I just didn't. The stalkers are getting wrecked, sadly. Actually, I can just explode and do a bunch of damage to them. I just don't even think I'm doing any damage right now, and they're just silver helms. Oh, I don't even know what spell it is I just used there. Oh, war protection, that's what it was. Engage the chariot, do some damage to it while we break off these guys, ideally. Now chariot's just being annoying. And they're all on ground, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but we're going to have a nice surround. Sepulchral Stalkers are still alive. And because they're not on chariots, that probably bodes well for me just to run them over. Come on, Scorpion, I told you to move too. The pigeon is going to be annoying unless I could somehow break it. Yeah, just keep running after my chariot. Now go and wreck him some more. Pigeon's taking hits, but again, who knows if it's just being healed. Dragon Princes are going to be annoying. But hopefully the Scorpion can do well there. I don't know if I need the Devil Cast, but I did anyway. Boom! Explode on them, that's pretty good. I don't know how I'm doing over here against these knights. Because they were all pretty crippled and... I need some support. One good shot's all I need to scare them off. And I don't need to fight these guys any more than I have to. I overstayed my welcome. Pigeon! Go away, Pigeon! I know you're gonna single-handedly cost me this match, and I want you to screw off. Ah, the chariot just screwed me there. At least ruined my charge. Come on, Cetra. Are you rude or something? What's going on? Are you rude? I do not see a debuff. Why aren't you moving? I am not liking this because Cetra is refusing to move. And I have no idea what just happened there. Unless it was a mass thing, which really stinks in that case. As I don't think I'm going to win this now with only 2 range units and a single Scorpion. The only plus is I actually killed the pigeon. I don't know if I should brag too much about that though. Because again, even my scorpion's getting slowed down. Yep, and now he's falling apart. So this looks like a loss, sadly. Can we at least kill the chariot? Although I want these things to turn properly, so... Nope, never mind. The game decided that was enough. That was annoying. Now I want the Kimrian Sphinx, so that way I'm not stuck like that again, dang it. That was a really annoying experience to not be able to do a damn thing. Well, that's kind of why you have the explosion, I guess. But would that have even worked against the Dragon Princes? I am not sure. That was unfortunate either way. If I was faster with getting the scorpions in there, maybe I could have done something. Although they should have been right on top of the archers, or at least gone after the archers immediately. Although, Harrison again. Do I try once more with the Tomb Kings? Yeah, it's impossible to know the mass there of the Sphinx over the chariot, but we are seeing undead. Let's... Well, I'm fine with the great bows. I just need... Well, I already got the Stalker's Help deal with those some. I think I will keep the Eyes of the Desert for the poison effect, though. I just don't have much of a buffer for the front line. And since I'm going to be playing more defensive, I don't need the Scorpions. What's a Bone Giant there? It's just a regular artillery unit, is it? Or is it just a massive siege weapon? It looks like it's just a ridiculous artillery weapon, which I don't want to overcommit too much on that, but I do like the idea of having multiple great bows and then regular archers to help soften up any flying units. I just need more buffer. Well, I don't need much of a buffer unit, do I? But I do need something that can fight off their monstrous creatures. This is a good opportunity for a Necrotech. And I can only afford a single Tomb Guard, which I don't know if it's very helpful either. Hello there, you're Goit? You Goyet? I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce that name there. But welcome to the stream there. I'm just trying to figure out Tomb Kings, and I have 30 seconds to spend this remaining cash. Yeah, this incantation could be useful for maybe breaking off the skeleton some. Kind of similar vein as before. Your go it? Okay, we'll go with that. Dang it, I need to upgrade. I had 100 gold, I just didn't know what to spend it on. Maybe getting this vortex is a bad idea, but it's the same situation as the last time I played vampires. I just want to break their front line quickly, and that way it can hopefully snowball, and then I have these units to just swarm their monstrous creatures. Ideally. Overwhelm them with numbers, and maybe that'll tie them up like they kind of screwed me over with that chariot play. If I'm so lucky. And how fast is the chariot? I can respectfully avoid them a decent amount. If they try and hunt me down, I can at least make it difficult for them. I want to argue at least. Then otherwise, what do we do with the tomb guards? They're going to be important for dealing with the cavalry or monstrous creatures too. And I only have 2 great bows. But I also have 2 regular skeletons, which should help with that a little bit. Regular archers are on the flank, great bows are more in the middle, providing support. And then stalkers just watch for any sneaky shenaniganry. I just gotta position these guys better. They're not being very well placed, are they? Since it's very easy for them to tie up multiple archers. And I do have a Necrotech. I just got the Necrotech and didn't borrow anything else, which hopefully is not going to be a mistake here. As I don't really have a monstrous creature, and I don't even think I can use that on Cetra, because I don't have the War Spink, do I? What's the icon am I even looking for? No, I don't see the... You actually would have been useful for healing Cetra, but... I just rushed it, and this is my first time using it anyway. If I can use it on the stalkers, that might be useful. I think that's the best use for the Necrotech, provided the great bows survive or avoid getting shot at. Alright, I'm all set here. Now. Oh, why is my camera all messed up here? Oh, it's the toggle lock, is it? I just want to close this thing. There we go. Oh, it's because I had the camera lock on. That explains it. I'll give him another 30 seconds before I start it, or hit the button. Otherwise, we know they're going to be bringing monstrous creatures, which does lead me to wonder if I bring the stalkers in closer, since the great bows are kind of the obvious target. And with that said, let me turn off skirmish mode, as they are going to get hunted down relentlessly. I'm just thinking I should keep the stalkers closer in case. But you never know if there are going to be blood knights around the flank. I don't even need to do very much movement. I just need to be able to shoot them. 2 blood knights on the flank. Nothing on the right flank that I could tell. Stalkers are going to go to the middle for that reason. Let's try and get our cavalry going in preparation. Actually, I want Cetra over here for the buff too. It's a spell. Since I should be able to easily ambush these guys. And I'll get to shoot them quickly. What about great bows? They're about to get hit in a moment. Which one's my damage resistance? Oh, I probably didn't need to cast that, but... we are shooting them at least. And I hope that counts as braced. I'm not sure if it did or not. Alright, let's get these guys going in the middle. And hope everything's going well on the flank. Now, where's my Necrotech? I kind of forgot he existed again already. Which isn't much of a surprise. Great bows already seem like they're doing notable damage. And yeah, that was I didn't need to activate that sword. That was kind of a mistake. So far, so good. I just need to get these guys hitting these Blood Knights hard. Because Sepulchral Stalkers are waiting for you. And you're poisoned. But I do need to be very cautious of this flank position. I just need to tie these guys up as much as I can. Are you a large creature? I want to know if the Lord's a large creature, but I can't target the friggin' bugger to know that. Get the Tomb Guards over here. I didn't notice these guys, but they're a little late to the party, aren't they? Now this would be a good Vortex. It hurts my own units, but 3 of theirs for one of mine is a good trade. I just hope it aims properly. I hope that was not a terrible mistake. We are hitting the Stern Guard, though. I want to believe that's useful. And I'm about to have some elite units as well. Alright, get Cetra out of there. I think he's overstayed his welcome. Second heal is going. We're getting plenty of shots in, but I could deal with the corpse cart, right? Is this a terrible idea to get the shot deal on it? I do need the buff. Oh, that was the wrong spell for one. I want to buff their defense. Alright, just kill these guys. They're still shooting pretty unhindered, but I have no large targets to shoot at anymore. Oh, that's not true. I have the corpse cart. Yeah, sadly they're gone, but I think they're doing their job. Oh, they have 2 of these corpse carts. I just don't know how big of a threat these things truly are. Can we do another Vortex? Is that even a good idea? Probably not. Oh, the corpse cart is almost dead. Let's kill it. Heal the Stalkers. And just get everyone else in here. I think this is looking promising. The corpse cart is gone. The Shakti are busy fighting what they're good at. I am losing some of my bowmen. And Tomb Guard, I want to believe, could take on both of them just fine. I just don't know what I should focus on with this one Great Bow squad. Come on, you could shoot. I want to go in there and do an explosion, but I don't think it's actually helpful. I should be doing that more for a safety maneuver than anything else. But since they're clumping up so nicely, I should accommodate them, right? I think I should prepare to group up my units, because my Tomb Guards is going to be my only, like, mainstay unit. Yeah, Necrotech's about to die too. Tomb Guard's doing fine. Stalker's made out, but only one actually made out alive. Is that really them surviving if there's only one to do absolutely nothing? I do want to kill this corpse cart, but I don't know much about the corpse cart to know if I should really prioritize it or not. Still... yeah, their White Kings and everything are still perfectly fine. I don't think this is going to go well. Best I could do is just give them some more defense to kind of stall while we clean up the rest of this mess. Yeah, because none of them are wounded. They're probably getting healed by... what is it? Whatever the heck that... Invocation of the Heck, I think it's called. Alright, Cetra just took a big hit there. Yep. Necrotech's about to die. He did what he could, though. We just gotta break these things, or at least kill them. I sadly don't... Yeah, it's looking like it's not going in my advantage at the moment. Unfortunately.
Animals. Sacrifice them.
Can't we just disrupt them? Jeez, even when they're on no mount, I friggin' can't actually knock them around like I would have wanted. This chariot's not performing as it should. If they were on a mount, I would understand, but they're not on a friggin' mount, are they? Oh, never mind. Hemrick's on a mount. Oh, they're all on mounts. Okay, I take back what I just said.
My orders enacted.
I need to kill these units somehow. Now it's just a question of knowing how to best use my spells.
Yes.
Because the tomb guards are very valuable if they, with the anti-large.
Animals. Yes.
And I'm about, yeah, I just reached half health now, I'm just realizing, so
We march.
everything's getting debilitated a little bit.
Legions.
My tomb guard are getting wrecked now, sadly.
Forward.
I'm just surprised my great bows didn't, because they were on mounts, I figured the great bows could have done more damage to them.
Sectra destroys.
Unless I told them to attack something else, maybe.
Animals. Forward.
Yeah, I think sadly this is over.
Onwards, legions.
I should have buffed them. I think I forgot to give them the physical resistance I was thinking of.
Legions. Forward.
Come on, keep shooting Heinrich. I don't think it matters now anymore, sadly. But if we can cripple him, that might help. Cetra could do some good damage, right? I'm just not seeing his stats anymore. How close is he, dang it? 700. 400. With the great bows and one more Cetra attack, he should be dead.
Of course.
I don't think I'm gonna get that kill, sadly. Not in this manner.
Perish. Yes.
Now, how helpful is that? Because we still have 2 friggin' White Kings to deal with.
Sectra moves. My way.
I don't know if that helps me very much.
Move. Sectra the imperishable. We march. Fight. Onwards, legions.
Can I at least take one of them out?
Break them.
Since these great bows should at least take some hits. Because these are anti-infantry. Just please tell me you're attacking the White King. That's all I want right now. Kill this one, and then we can focus on the other. Or actually, it might be better to just go after the Stern Guard. Please tell me you're attacking. I'm not seeing damage go down.
Sacrifice them.
You are attacking, right? It's impossible to truly know, I'm afraid to say. Yeah, it looks like nothing's happening here.
Move.
And it's annoying.
Forward. Attack the
Am I faster than you, though? If I'm faster than you, then I could kill you. There. Just kill the one White King, and then we'll worry about these guards.
attack. Do as I say.
Which didn't get much of a charge attack in.
Forward.
Sternguard, die already, please. And again, I can outrun the White King if I do this right. They've been completely wiped out, but... And it's going to take forever for them to actually die. And I do again outrun the White King, which hopefully amounts to something useful here. This is just looking silly so far, though. Cetra just took a big hit there, and I'm probably gonna die due to being stuck again, aren't I? We're still doing good, I just gotta kill these Stern Guards quickly. Because I can't trust their morale to do it for me. There, that's better. I should be outrunning you. Oh.
Fight! Onwards, legions!
Yeah, you literally have less speed than me. How the heck are you outrunning me? I don't want to lose because the game is lying to me. That's the last thing I want, sadly. Ah, that's unfortunate. I thought I could just get through my own units. Oh my. What the heck happened there? Again, they were 72, I believe I was 80, and they still were able to chase me down somehow. I am really confused what happened there. Although Cetra did work, the Vortex definitely paid off, I guess, is what that tells me. Necrotech didn't do much, it just got surrounded and killed. Archers paid for themselves, and the Great Bows certainly paid for themselves. And even the Stalkers did well. I am just still confused by what happened there. Sure, Cetra was weak, but in theory I should have been able to just outrun them all the rest of the game, shouldn't I? While the Ushapti just killed off their skeletons. Since I think I still had 3 or 4 shots left with the Great Bows, which could have made a big difference there. I just don't understand what happened. Which is why I want to check that again. Probably has something to do with charge animation if I had to guess, but I have no way to truly know that as the problem. 84th with the Chariot. And then the White King. That's 72. 78 with a regular steed. I still outrun them. In theory, they should never be able to hit me, let alone gain on me. Which is really annoying. I feel like I was robbed due to some weird technicality with maybe the charge animation or something. I'm not truly sure though. Since again, those skeletons were about to die, I believe, and I would have had 3 or 4 Great Bow shots left to fire on the White King, if I was able to somehow successfully run away. Which was likely not looking like it was going to work even if I commit fully to it. Now, I have Outriders. Do I... I think I'd rather have Silver Bullets here than Outriders. It sounds like I'm going to be playing defensively with the Undead. And this... yeah, let's have some fun with the Silver Bullets. It arguably worked well with my Stalkers. And I also want a Hellblaster, I guess. Kind of give them reason to come to me, but I don't think I need great swords. I do want spears, but that's going to be tricky to make use of spears, though. Now, is this an overcommitment? I think it probably is. Although I still have plenty of money. Anti-large, I'm going to want you. Melee attack and leadership, that could be useful with my demigryphs if I'm open-minded enough about it. Since almost all the fighting is going to be with the large fighting their knights. Which I could snare them and then shoot them to oblivion. If I can use the demigryphs as a good bait. And I can get 2 spearmen. I was hoping to maybe get some halberds, but can't quite get 2 of them for that. I just fear this might be too many ranged weaponry. Just like the Hellblaster kind of serve as a message they need to deal with this thing, or it's gonna obliterate them. And then I can have the silver bullets lying in wait for them to go after it, and then the regular handgunners can just deal with any flanking or regular maneuvers they might do. That is the idea, at least. I don't know if I need hold the line so much, because I should be good on the front line sense. It's just the elite units that are going to be the problem. And that allows me, well, yeah, that's the exact same thing almost. But that helps with my cavalry and Karl Franz fighting them when I'm ready to commit to that. That's the thought process. I have this with my demigryphs when I'm ready to commit to that fight. The hard part is knowing when I can actually win that fight, though. Since that's more than likely where they're strongest, is with their large units and their flyers. But I have enough range. My front line should be able to hold off any zombies relatively well. It's just an honest question, was going after the corpse card a bad idea? I know they're a support unit and I have no idea if they actually were enough of a threat to go after, though. And this is a pretty open field, which for the Blood Knights can be a bit of a pain. But it makes it easy for my handgunners too.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Where do I deploy? Ideally, I want to make use of these hills. They'll slow them down a little bit. And maybe it'll help me defend my swordsmen a bit with my gunners. But I want to believe my swordmen are fine, especially if I use Karl Franz properly to provide that support. And now, remember, the silver bullets are going to serve as a screw you as soon as they go after the Hellblaster. Hopefully these 2 can just support the front line and any flanks, if I do it right. And I do have 2 spearmen, which I want prepared for flanks, and to support the front line if needed. Then we'll see what Karl Franz does, as it remains to be seen what they're utilizing. Alright. I have a bit of a losing streak with dang undead. Let's try and correct that.
We await your orders.
Ready for war! Moving now! Take the ground!
Now ideally I want to kill those knights on the left. Oh, they have black knights.
Ready to serve. For the Warhammer.
Now wreck these things as much as you can.
For battle! Attack! For
it, sir! Take the ground! For Ulthor! Quick march! Soldiers of the Empire! Sigma calls! Now! Sir!
Now, what can I go after? Hellblasters are wrecking some knights at the moment. You are... Oh, you're not a large creature. I don't want to shoot you for that reason.
Sigma calls! Call France!
And dang it, silver bullets are getting wrecked.
I am prepared. Illuminus calls.
And of course the Hellblaster is getting wrecked right now.
For the Emperor! Show us the foe! Sigma! Preserve us! Now! Taking!
Well, I guess this is utter disaster right now. I didn't even notice the far guy, sadly. And silver bullets didn't really amount to much. They just immediately got picked off, sadly.
Sigma!
It seemed like a good strategy, and then I failed to execute on it. And yeah, you're a serial, aren't you, the Banshee? Which sadly I'm not gonna have the silver bullets for.
The winds blow strong. Battle awaits. Quick march.
Swordsman! Get them! Hand gunners! Take the ground!
We have spears here, that's not gonna amount to much. I don't have magical weapons, sadly, anymore to...
I serve Hish. The Empire endures. Quick march.
get the net going.
Light is might.
Oh, you're just stuck by the Black Knights again, dang it. So you're just not even gonna snare in time, are you?
Hand gunners!
Nope.
No lingering!
No, this is already becoming a rout, sadly.
Our steeds
I just
are restless!
did not
Yes, sir! Quickly!
really do a good job. Yeah, they just tied up all my range units and
For the twin-tailed
just couldn't do
comet!
anything, apparently, in that sense.
Moving now! For
And I didn't even notice the flanking because I was looking at the main map before. Yeah, you don't have stalk. I thought I looked at the main map, so I'm wondering how I didn't notice these far guys.
Call France! Spearman!
Yeah, now my net works, but that does me a little good. This is already a rout, is it?
Sigma preserve us!
Unless I could somehow get to the Hellblaster, since I need to regroup my units somehow.
Moving now!
To arms, then.
That was the anti-large ability, I didn't want that.
This is my command. We are Sigmar's heirs.
Yeah, now my light wizard's not going to be able to get out, are they?
For Heldenhammer.
Yeah, just pinned in there again, alas.
Stand idle. Get them. War.
And I don't think there's much I could do about or was it Flad, sadly. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Moving faster.
Yeah, this was a complete rout.
No lingering.
It might have been a different story if I actually protected my range units. In my mind, I thought it was going to play out very similar to what the previous two undead matches were. And sadly, I did do damage to their undead, but because they didn't break like normal units do, having them shattering does me no good, sadly. Apparently everything just died before my... Yeah, even my gunmen, even though their morale was breaking or shattering on the bats, did absolutely nothing. It's really the Fargeist that was the biggest failing, but I just underestimate the potential of the bats when they can't run away, or they won't run away. Oh well, let's see. Can I play with some Bretonians this time? I don't have to worry about range as much anymore, at least. I just gotta be mindful. I can get fire arrows. Can be good in that regard. I have anti-large, but not gonna have very many flyers. I gotta be careful of that. Although I do have decent speed, I should be able to run away from them pretty well, right? And I don't even need shields. I just need fire. And I would like some spears, I just don't think the spears are going to be very helpful until later on in the battle. Spears are only useful if I'm playing a very defensive type of ranged army, I believe. I don't think the Beast Slayers are going to meet my expectations, if I'm honest. Now, big question, can I fit any peasants in here or not? Probably not unless I cut out some abilities. What can I cut out that I don't need? Stand your ground could be useful. Missile and magic resistance, I don't think I need that. This doesn't even allow me to get us two peasant. I can't even get two peasant squads. And they still are going to hit me with magical spells, let's be honest. This can still be useful, I just don't see their magic spells, which is the problem. I'm trying to get the most value with that. Now, the big problem will be dealing with flyers, because again, they're probably just going to come right after my archers, but hopefully my cavalry can at least serve as a deterrent a bit. Since if they are relying on flyers, they're not going to be able to do anything for a good long while. And hopefully Luan could just outrun them for a good long while, in the absolute worst case. Let's see if I'm right about that. Now this, I can't remember what map this is here. And the coloration leaves much to be desired, but it looks relatively open. Okay, it's pretty close to what we just were in, almost. A little bit of slope, a little bit of all that.
Men of Bretonia! Armed and ready!
Now again, I expect these men-at-arms to do decently in the front line,
Infantry!
especially with the additional morale.
Squares!
And I'm not as reliant on range, though. Just a question on how to get the most out of my knights. And we have to wait until the actual battle starts before we can see that.
Battle ready! Knights of Hail Knights!
Child of light,
Oh, wrong groups.
I see much.
King Luan Leoncoeur!
There we go. That problem solved.
Battle ready! We serve the king!
Oh, that's not what I want. You're over there. You two are here. There you go. Now, Luan's probably going to be playing very passively this match. Yep, there's a lot of flyers, but again, I cannot run them. Can I? I can with the archers being useful, at least to shoot the bats.
Knights of the realm! This is my realm.
We serve our liege.
Anon! At once!
Bretonians attack! Orders, my lord! Get up! Aye! Squares!
To my banner!
As you say!
King
Now, let's keep everything focused here.
To my banner! Knights of the realm!
Peasant bowman!
Although things are gonna fall apart quickly because apparently my beast slayers are just dying to something.
Priestess of the lady!
That's the only thing I can equate that to.
All shall know my power!
The lion!
At speed! Peasant bowman!
With all haste! Glory to Britannia! On to glory!
For the king!
Now, this might be a bit of a mistake, but
Shall be
I shouldn't have activated Foe Seeker. That was a mistake.
knights of the realm!
Peasant bowman!
Post haste! Riding out! King Lewin!
Peasant bowman! Fighters!
Swiftly!
Forthwith! Power!
Dang it, that was not what I want. I didn't get the heal I wanted there, sadly.
At once! By the lady! With speed! Lances ready!
With haste! Squares!
King Lewin Leocan!
Now, it's hard to say how I'm faring,
Shift it!
King Lewin Leocan!
because these knights are failing to die at the moment.
Quickly now!
It is done!
The lady protects me! At once!
We are ready!
Okay, fine, take forever to kill the Black Knights.
Bound by honor!
Although I definitely do need to learn to change my playstyle when dealing with undead, since again, I can't rely on breaking their morale as it seems very underwhelming,
Apace!
if I'm completely honest,
To war!
Apace!
since the amount of damage they're taking is insignificant.
Smite them!
So it seems anyway.
I am king here! Wise indeed! For the lady!
Sure, if I get all of them breaking, that's a different story, but
The lady!
I don't know how true or how seriously I could take that.
Bowman ready! Peasant bowman! For my liege!
The lady and my right!
Can we go after the Red Duke?
The foe! Bowman! Bow knights!
King Lewin Leocan!
Oh, that's the wrong group.
Take the ground!
Although if we can get these knights out here, that'll be helpful.
King Lewin Leocan!
And I'm just gonna get surrounded right now. Let's be careful of that.
Might of the lady!
Run! Champion of the lady!
Knights of the ring! At speed!
I'm doing a bad job controlling these units. I'm just realizing, well, I kind of already knew that, but
The ladies
so long as Luan can stay alive, that's a big deal.
Serve the lady!
with speed! On to glory!
Get out of here! Come on, lads!
It shall be!
The lion! I shall prevail! Moving
Get these guys disengaged.
Quick now!
Because again,
Post haste!
even though these guys are probably breaking, that doesn't do me a lot of good, does it?
I am king here!
For the grail! Die, Fays! Slay them! At once!
Kill that Terrorgeist. That's all I can really say. Kill that cursed thing.
With all haste! Quickly now!
Although now I'm gonna get gooned up on, aren't I?
Riding out!
Kill knights! Wreck them! Have at 'em!
Actually, kill that Red Duke.
At once!
Hopefully the Beast Slayers could do a number on this Terrorgeist, though.
With speed!
Bows drawn! For the lady!
Yep, they're still going, sadly.
Ready for battle!
Swiftly!
Actually, can I get down on the ground?
Withdraw!
That'll heal everyone. I don't know if they're actually how well they're actually doing is a bit of the problem.
For Britannia! Battle ready!
But it looks like they broke in my archers at the moment.
Grail release!
Swiftly!
Now!
Dry your ways!
De l'armée to Britannia!
Now Lewin is about to die, it's what it's looking like here.
Riding
They're
out!
finally ganging up on
The
him.
lion's wheel! Defenders of the realm!
But, okay, Lewin's out, if only temporarily.
Speed!
Advance!
Kill 'em all! Sons of Britannia! Infantry!
Can this bugger die already?
Sorceress!
Knights of the realm! Take the ground!
He outruns me 90, 100. I could kill him,
By the lady!
especially when he's turning like that. Just one good arrow shot's all I need, because Lewin failed his one duty.
Leocan!
Okay,
With all haste!
the Duke is down.
Righteous fury!
Post haste!
And with that said, somehow we suddenly won. I don't know how I feel about that. It was looking tense, it was looking grim, and then suddenly I won as soon as the Red Duke died. And Lewin didn't really pay for himself, but considering I was playing a game of cat and mouse, he still was worth his weight. I want to argue. And the Grail Knights did well. Everyone but the regular knights didn't really pay for themselves. Hell, archers did well too. I was expecting them to die immediately. Kind of like what happened before when I was playing Empire, dang it. Which probably just shows an example of how I overcommit on the amount of range units, I think. And it's hard to say how the Beast Slayers did, because again, they're almost never going to catch the cavalry or monstrous creatures unless they're coming to me. That's kind of the exception there. I'm having a really hard time knowing if they actually were worth it in that match. Otherwise, we finally end that streak, somehow with the undead. Even though the first two matches with undead were definitely really damn close. I will take it regardless. But otherwise, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Try and contemplate on what the heck happened there, so maybe I can learn what actually works and what actually doesn't for next time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time.